Nice, isn't it, Rob?
That's beautiful, Bruce. Thanks for playing us in.
Yeah.
And this week, in case people haven't worked it out, we're looking at things to do with music and sound and noise, and we've got a few interesting things here to share with everyone about how to make music in your classroom and how to use a bit of science too to understand what's going on.
Yeah, look, it's a great context. I think it comes up in the early years in the curriculum, the opportunity to look at sounds and where sounds come from. And of course, we're going to focus a little bit today on musical instruments, not only ones like this, which are really easy to play, but also other ones that we've made ourselves.
All right, fantastic. So, where should we start then, do you think, Bruce?
Well, you know, I reckon a good place to start is actually with the hooter.
Oh, these are great ones.
Yeah.
You call it the hooter?
I call it the hooter.
I call it the Globophone.
Globophone. Whatever way you look at it. It's a good one because it's basically got the fundamentals. With this, it's quite easy to make, and I think, Rob, you've got a clip of making it.
Yeah, so if you have a look, there's a little video clip just below this one which shows you the steps you need to go through to make one of these, and they're pretty straightforward to make and great fun.
And you end up with a little tube come out the side, and you pull the glove over the top, and when you do this, by the way, if you get your students to make it and then say, well, hey, how can you make some sound out of it? That's the first step, and they just, you know, do a whole lot of things. But at the end of the day, the trick is to pull it out the side and blow it. And the good thing about this is that you see two really fundamental things about sound. A vibrating source, because you see the vibrating rubber at the top, and something for the sound to resonate in to amplify the sound, and that's basically what we see a lot around us, and musical instruments use something like a pipe or a box, or what else could they use, Rob? Anything else? A pipe or a box?
Well, you can use all sorts of things, even things as simple as, say, a wine glass you can use.
Oh,
now,
that's a good use for a wine glass.
yeah, it is, isn't it? So you can. I'm sure you've seen this before too. Now there's another little video clip just below as well when looking at running your finger around a wine glass.
Did you get it to work? Did you?
I got it to work, and what I did was I had my phone with its guitar tuner app on it, and you can notice the difference as you add water to it, how it changes the pitch, and it actually gets lower and lower and lower, and you can actually look at what the frequencies are and all sorts of interesting things like that. So even things like a glass you can get to resonate nicely. Now, the other thing with the Globophone, or what do you call it again, Bruce?
Oh, the hooter.
The hooter.
It's got various names.
Is you can
make up your own.
You can get a modified hooter, and so in this case, this is like the bass hooter, isn't it?
That's right. Because it's longer, you can experiment this, and this is one of the things that the students could experiment with, different length pipes to try and get different notes. This is the longer one, but it has got some holes in it, so if I close the holes up, I can get the long pipe to work. And if I take my hand off and open the pipe here, it effectively becomes a shorter pipe.
So what would we guess is going to happen might be a good thing you could ask kids after they've had a bit of a play with these things. Right. What do you think might happen when we take or shorten the pipe? What's going to happen?
Well, let's try it.
Let's give it a go and see what happens. All right, a little bit higher. That's lovely, isn't it? That's fantastic. Yeah.
I could actually play When the Saints Come Marching In, but I need to practice up a bit.
All right, we don't want to. We want to make sure we're well prepared for these. We want to look as professional as possible.
Yes, we won't try that.
All right, okay. And I guess one of the simpler things you can look at things like that shake. But I was thinking too, also things that very simple devices that you hit. So either the drum that we've got that we'll show you in a minute, or just get some jars, and you just need soft drink bottles. Little 600ml soft drink bottles are really good for this too, and you just put different things in them to experiment with what are the different kinds of sounds you might get out of, say, using dried beans.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, or some popping corn.
Oh, very South American.
It is, isn't it? And then I'm not even quite sure what this. I think it might be sago or something like that.
Sago,
Not soft to sound.
Soft. That's
Yeah.
That's
sort of very
groovy.
jazzy,
That's
isn't it?
jazz,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
jazz.
Yeah, it's sort of like someone sitting on the hi-hat with the wires or something like that. That's a nice drum.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
Milo,
good.
Tim?
It's a Milo tin, a really big one, and you get different types of sounds depending on where you hit it.
And it'd be nice too. I mean, you're looking at this. It's a lovely little design technology activity too, to design and make these things. And then, how can you change them? So how can you change something, adjust something, add something to it, take something away?
Yeah.
And how does that change the sound? So
Yeah,
it
it'd be
fits in beautifully with a lot of stuff you'll be doing in technology too.
Yeah. The good thing about making all these sounds is that anyone can shake the shaker, and then other people can pull the string or blow the pipe, and you've got a band.
It's very involving, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's great for the kids, and it's very cheap and easy to do too. You don't need anything too extravagant to make your own musical instruments.
That's right.
I saw you having a look before, Bruce, at the tin can telephone.
Yeah,
It's a
look,
bit of an old classic, isn't it?
It's a classic, but it's great, because you make the sound, but you hear it here. So how does it get from where you make the sound into your ear? Well, there's actually something in between that allows the sound to travel through it. And this demonstrates the fact that there is something in between really well, doesn't it?
All right, I'll have to go off camera here
All
and
right.
okay, let's see where we go.
Okay. Can we get it tight?
We have to get it. I'll have
We want to wind it up a bit.
yeah, right. Here we go. Help.
G'day, Rob. Can you hear me?
Clear as a bell, Bruce.
Oh, that works fantastic.
We
Anyway.
need a bigger studio, don't we, Bruce?
Yeah.
All
But,
right.
that is a classic, and it demonstrates really well if you have the string taut between the two cans.
So will it work like this?
Yeah, there's a little, what do you call them? Toothpicks.
I did just toothpick just to
Yeah.
hold it in place.
Yep.
And then, and that's a really good point too about experimenting with having it taut or having
Yeah.
it slack and how well the sound travels through
Yeah.
it. Or even you could, I wonder how far away you could actually have these tin can telephones
good question, Rob.
and how far they'd actually go. I
Yeah.
reckon that'd be an interesting thing.
Yeah. I did one similar to that once without the string. Instead of using the string, I used a very long pipe like this, but with a
Like a funnel at each
fun-
end.
yeah, funnel at each end, and the pipe acted a bit like an optical fibre. The sound just sort of
That's a bit like the old. They used to use those in the old ships,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
they blow down them and then
That's
they just
right.
talk down the speaking
Yeah,
tubes.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that-
So there you go.
All right, so it doesn't. What that's doing, of course, is it's keeping all the energy from the sound going down the tube instead of
Yeah.
sort of spreading out around the place, isn't it? So,
so it will travel a lot further,
Yeah,
more distinctly, I guess.
and I guess kids in your class will know that sound doesn't travel just through air, like we're doing, and you and I can hear each other, because they would have done things like go to the pool and stick their head underwater, and it's not silent when you're underwater. It's quite noisy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. You can actually make noises and hear noises.
Yeah, and it travels
quite
very
well.
well through water.
Yeah, different, but
So
still travelling there.
it could be another investigation for them into what
Yeah.
what sound travels really well through.
Hey Rob, can you play this?
Oh, I'll give it a blast. This is my trumpet. So just a bit of old plastic pipe with a standard funnel, and then for the mouthpiece, that's just the top that's been cut off the top of a soft drink bottle,
Oh, that's a good idea.
just to make. And we'll see how many notes we can get out of it.
Yeah. Not bad.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sound like we're going hunting foxes or something like that, aren't we? So.
Hey, what's that fox doing?